Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a girl Church Stitches. Today I'll be sharing with you guys the steps I took in making this mini Ankara travel bag. Without wasting much time, let's start up the tutorial. The material I'm working with is Ankara fabric. The length is 11 inches and the width is 9 inches. The side of the bag I'm working with is in a circle shape, so I'm going to use these two pieces to draft out the two sides for the bag. To cut out this circle shape, I'm going to fold this fabric once this way and fold it twice again. I'll use a pin to hold it for it not to shift when cutting it out. From this pointed part that is not opened, I'm going to point my tape from that place and I'm going to mark 4 inches round. I'll be connecting the chalk together to form this curved line. So guys, after I was done cutting using 4 inches, I realized that the circle I formed is much bigger than the recreation of the bag I'm working on. So I had to refold it again back. Then I measured 3 inches, not 4 inches, so that the circle that I'm going to form will be small, just like the side of the bag I'm recreating. Once I was done cutting the side of the bag using 3 inches, this is how it looks small. I'm going to do the same thing to the second side of the bag. In making any bag that had to do with a side, is either in a circle shape, in a rectangle shape, in a curve shape, that had to do with a side, you first of all need to cut out that side, because that side of the bag will help you to get the length of the body of the bag. So this is basically what you need to know in making any bag that had to do with a side. You first cut out the side before cutting out the body of the bag. So to get the length of the body of the bag is for you to measure the whole length of your side. So I'm going to take the whole length of my side, but I'll just take it in a half form and plus it. For the length of the side, I measured half of the circle and I got 9.5 inches. 9.5 inches plus 2 will give you 19 inches. 19 inches is the measurement for the circumference of the circle. I've cut out for the body of the bag. I folded the material once. The length is 9.5 inches, but if you open it up this way and take the whole measurement for it, you'll get 19 inches. This is how it will look like once you are done making the bag. For the wideness of the bag, it depends on how wide you want the bag to be. I'm working with 14 inches for the width of mine. I'll be adding a foam to the bag, so I've already cut out this foam. I'll get the body of the bag, I'll place it on top of the foam. I'll go right and pin it before stitching. I'll also do the same thing to the side of the bag. Once I'm done stitching the foam to the material and cutting out the excess foam, this is how it looks like. I'll place the body of the bag aside and work on the side of the bag. The cylinder bag I'm recreating has a net on the side, So I cut out this my net. This is not actual net used in making bag, but I'm going to work with it for the tutorial. For me to cover this upper part of the net, I'm going to get my bias. I'll fold it to the net just this way and go right on my sewing machine and stitch it. After I was done stitching the bias to the net, this is how it looks like. I'll place the net on top of the side of the bag and use a pin to hold it before stitching. I came down by 2 inches before placing the net to the side of the bag. I'll place the second net to the second side of the bag. I'm going to measure down 2 inches before placing the net. After I was done stitching the net to the side of the bag, this is how it looks like. Next thing is to cover up the inside of the side with a lining. After I was done covering the side of the bag with a lining, this is how it looks like. So I'm done working on the side and I'll drop it aside and work on the body of the bag. I'll be using the same material for the handle for this bag. If you have a belt, you can also work with a belt. As you can see, I've already folded the handle. The length of the handle is 36.5 inches and the width before I folded it is 3.5 inches. On the body of the bag, I'll be marking the line I'm going to place the handle for stitching. So I came in by 3 inches horizontally and I'm going to go up by 2 inches vertically. I'll take the same measurements on the other side of the bag. To start placing the handle for stitching, I'm going to fold my handle this way, and at this part of the handle that is closed, I'm going to mark away 9 inches. That part I marked 9 inches. I'm going to place it in the beginning of the bag. I'll pin the second handle to the other side of the bag using the same measurements. To go straight on my sewing machine to stitch it, this part that the both handle met, I'm going to lap one on top of one and fold the rough edge of that one that I'm going to lap before top stitching on it. This is how I'm going to stitch the handle to the bag. You start from that part I marked 2 inches, and in that part I marked the other 2 inches. Come back again to that part I marked 2 inches. Just follow this instruction I'm showing you. Once I was done stitching the handle to the bag, this is how it looks like. The next step is to add the zip to the bag. I've already gotten my zip. I'll cut out the length of the zip I'll work with for the bag. At the same time, I cut out the lining I'll work with. When cutting out your lining should be inch wider than the actual bag. So start adding the zip to the bag. I'm going to place the zip to the bag this way, and I'll get my lining and place it on top of the zip. Then I'll go right on my sewing machine and stitch it together. Before the stitching, I'm going to remove the zip head from the zip yard for easy flow while stitching. I'll still add back the zip head to the zip yard once I'm done adding the zip yard and lining to the bag. Once I was done with the stitching, I'm going to place my lining this way and go right on my sewing machine and top stitch. After I was done top stitching on one side of the zipper, I'll trim out small excess lining. To stitch the second part of the zip, I'm going to get my zip this way, place it to the material. Then you get your lining and place it on top of the zipper. To top stitch on the second part of the zip, I'm going to open up the bag wide. I'll be adding the zip head back to the zip. I folded this small stripe to add my half circle ring to the bag. I'll place it on top of the zip this way and go right on my sewing machine and stitch it. I'll be adding the side to the bag now. Before that, I'm going to turn the body of the bag to the back. I'm going to find the center of the body of the bag and also find the center of the side, and I'll use my pin to hold it together before I go right on my sewing machine and stitch it. After I was done stitching the side to the bag, this is how it looks like. I'll use this bias to cover up this rough edge. I'll be trimming out this excess before biasing it. So guys, after I was done biasing the side, this is how it looks like. I'll turn the bag inside out. I'll be designing the long handle for the bag. So this is the hook I'll work with. And this is my belt. The length is 44.5 inches and the width of the belt is 1 inch. I'll pass through the belt through the hook this way and go right on my sewing machine and stitch it. After I was done stitching the belt to the hook, I'm going to attach it on the half circle ring on the side of the bag. If you like, you can work with the belt. If you like, you can just remove the belt and just keep it aside. You can work with the normal handle of the bag. So guys, this is basically all on the step I took in making this mini Ankara travel bag. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Drop your comments on the comment section below on what's the next you'll love to see me design. Subscribe to this channel for more beautiful videos like this. Turn on your notification bell to be the first to be notified when I upload a new video every day. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in my next tutorial.